All right, people, here we go. Welcome in. It is now, I can't believe it, the final day of, and can you guys believe this? It is January the 31st, 2020, guys. It is another edition of the NBA Tip-Off Show. It is powered by WagerTalk.com. Panel eliteness is what we have here today. Joined, of course, by Rob Vino, extraordinaire. The man has not lost since 1989. He joins us from SportsMemo.com. Unbelievable. Thank you, Rob. Took him a little while to get everything working over there, but he's got it. We got a gentleman with the name of Prophet in his name, so you know what you got there. Ski Prophet joining us. Guess who he's going with tonight? And then, of course, we have a man who does nothing but play with his microphone all day long. He is this close to being on everyone's hell no list. Mr. Tony Finn joining us from WagerTalk. Gentlemen,
get in line.
It is a pleasure to see you here on this Friday as we welcome those of you unemployed joining us in the chat room right now. Thank you very much. Glad to see that we can help to your degeneracy. We are proud to do so as we share in your love of sports betting. So let's talk NBA here, guys. 6 games on the card here tonight. It is a bit of an interesting card, to say the least. Listen, there's 2 games on the board here tonight that most people, the public, is certainly going to take an interest in. One is in L.A. at the Staples Center. The other is going to be in New Orleans, because we have a opportunity to check out for the very first time, number 1, number 2, Zion taking on Ja Morant. So those 2 games are going to be a lot of fun to keep an eye on. And let's see, what do we got here? Big Flizzy in the house. We got Potts. We got Anthony. We got Caleb in the house. Nice. Who else we got going on there? A lot of Potts. Oh, no, it's the same pot. Sorry. Nathan Snow also joining us here in the chat room. So, Tony, what's going on, man? Let's please put Utah on the hell no list. Yes, you can. Thank you very much. Let's start there. As a matter of fact, let's update the hell no list if we can here, guys, real quick. Because if I hear one more word about Utah, all right, you're banned from the show. It's just as simple as that. There will be no more Utah talk ever again.
Utah,
Houston,
Utah.
Tony Finn. Who else are we putting on, Ski? Who else is on the hell no list here? Phoenix, are they back? Well, we'll get to that game. I wanted Cleveland, but Cleveland goes and covers games now and really pisses me off. So who is the updated hell no list right now?
Give me a second. I got to think about it a little bit more. I know you named a couple.
There is no. I'm not a part of that list in any way, shape, or form.
I don't even remember. Created because of your shit. That was why the list was created to begin with. Because every time Tony came out with a, I got to be
behind all the girls that are waiting to see me.
Okay, we missed the Pistons. Pistons are on there.
Yes, Pistons also on the hell no list. Yes, absolutely. And that's going to be Rob. How are you, my friend? It's a pleasure to see you. I saw you last night, dominated the boards once again, my friend. Congratulations. Looks like another very profitable night for you, Rob.
Yeah, it was a good night, 4-0. But sometimes you have to just barely scoot by to cash the tickets, Joe, and we don't apologize for that. That Detroit or the Toronto game barely got over the total, but it got over the total, as did the best bet here on the show. I think me and Tony combined with the Washington game over. It made it by a half a point, but it did make it. So we always take those winners with no apology, because sometimes those losers come in the same fashion. People don't want to hear you cry.
That actually closed about at 6. So if they played it late, they probably got even a better
problem
number.
Is, Tony, the only thing I see from you is the jazz. I see jazz hands every time I look at you now. So from the whole weekend, you're on the hell no list. So, Ski, let's start with you, my friend, as you compile the list here. Let's head into some of these games tonight. We'll start with one of those hell no teams. How about the Detroit Pistons at home taking on the Toronto Raptors? Now, again, Toronto last night. Congratulations in Cleveland. They won. They didn't cover, but they won. And, come to find out afterwards, too, I guess Cleveland, for some reason, is a team that covers against Toronto. They don't beat them, but they cover. I don't know if we're going to say the same tonight, but I can tell you this. Toronto, guys, 4.5 is what we're looking at on the second game of a back-to-back. 223 is the total. Rob, I will start with you, my friend, here. Back-to-back here for Toronto. Now, we didn't have any I don't think we had Marc Gasol last night. We're not going to have him here tonight. So what do you think here? Looks like Drummond is active here tonight. So how are you looking at this game here?
Yeah, Toronto hasn't been great on back-to-backs, Joe. Happened 7 times this year. They're 3-4. Some of that you can attribute to the banged-up lineup that they put out there in a couple of those games, but it hasn't been a really good role for them. We see that without Marc Gasol, they go to Serge Ibaka at center, which makes them probably even quicker as a team, so you'd expect this game to be played at pace. Detroit has certainly become an over-darling where their totals are concerned. Drummond probably can take advantage of Serge down low. I don't know how much, though, Joe. I don't think it's an explosive game out of him. They're going to have to score from the guard positions a little bit more. Like I said, the team's 5-0 in the last 5, but they're 0-4 against the spread in their last 4, so playing high-scoring games that they don't cover. Toronto specializes in stuff like that, high-scoring games. I would slightly lean toward the Raptors here. I just think that their small, quick lineup is, far superior. I'm going to ignore the 3 and 4 back-to-back number and probably lay the short price with the Toronto Raptors.
Interesting. Let me see what we got here. 0-2 straight up against the spread against the Raptors this season, that being the Detroit Pistons. Both were double-digit losses, Tony Finn. Is it really just Toronto or pass at this point, or are you going to put them off the hell no list? What are you doing?
Well, I don't have a hell no list. I only have a hell yes list. And thirdly, that is thirdly, right? Here's my question. Is Detroit 6 points, 5.5 points better in the same situation as Cleveland, guys? Are they?
Oof, that's I love the way when you're asked a question, you turn around and answer that with a question. So I love that. Number one. Number two, the answer is no.
Then Toronto's the play. If you say no, then you should be on Toronto tonight, because other than a back-to-back, which Toronto has no one on the injury list, nobody. This back-to-back. Well, okay, I'll say it one more time. They have no one on the injury list.
Okay. Very nice.
So why aren't you guys just? If that's the case, Joe, are you on Toronto?
Well, they have no one under the age of 35 on the list, so that's good there. We can always say that too as well. Ski, talk to me, man. Where are you leaning on this one? Toronto. I know you ain't going Detroit, so where are you going in Toronto on this?
Yeah, it would have to be Toronto for me. I'm not looking to back Detroit until we get Kennard back, and we don't even know if Morris is going to play in this one.
Right, exactly. So what's this line? What's this line, guys? This line, it doesn't match my line. So that's why I'm asking. Where is this line coming from? Is Detroit? Last night's line was 10. Okay, 10. Cleveland's not very far from Detroit. Not like these guys had to crawl, 6 hours before a game. What's going on?
Yep. Here's a horse, and this is just Finn just beating that horse right like this a million times. So go ahead and finish your thoughts, Ski. Thank you.
It has to be Toronto, man. I mean, they've been better offensively, defensively. Rebounding has gone to Detroit, but I'm not trusting Detroit ever. I don't care that Toronto's on the back-to-back. And the total, Detroit, they were really good for the over at home. I can't get it out. So it'll be over or Toronto for me.
Talk to me, Rob. This it's interesting, and I know a lot of guys in the chat room are all cloud there. And why is Dr. Chuck? Listen, all right, we don't want you in the chat. If you can't make it to the show, get your ass out of the chat room. That's all I'm going to say there. And don't be nice to him in the chat room. Just out of curiosity, Rob, the damn total ain't moving, man. It's frozen. 223. It's still 223 here. What are we missing? What's going on here? Is it over? Everyone seems to think over.
Yeah, I don't know what we're missing, Joe. I mean, the knee reaction play, the mechanical play is play this game over because, like I say, with Ibaka at center, Toronto's going to be even quicker. They were good last night with points. And they're on this kind of, scrub tour here. They've played Atlanta, Cleveland, Detroit, and then the next game they get Chicago. Team trying to stockpile wins before the All-Star break. Certainly, I don't think they're going to let up here. That's kind of why I'm ignoring the 3 and 4 back-to-back. But if it were me, I'd be on over. You would have to play under here. You'd have to hold your breath and wait for all 48 minutes to be played because it just seems like both of these teams are so high scoring lately.
Yeah. Or you could just not watch.
All right, there he goes again. Oh, look at this. There's somebody in the chat room just here for Tony Finn. And what does he say? Oh, he says you suck. Oh, that's good stuff. There you go. Maybe he's waiting for that Wager Talk sweatshirt we are all waiting for that we never got. Let's move on to game number 2 here, guys. How about the Chicago Bulls?
I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
Yep, you're still here, unfortunately. Brooklyn Nets here, guys. Chicago Bulls tonight. As I'm looking at this line, it is creeping up a little bit. Opens up at Brooklyn Nets -5. I'm seeing some 6s out there. Total rising, though, also creeping like Tony. 220.5. I'm seeing 221.5, 222. Now, I will say this. Chicago and Brooklyn, these two teams, the road teams, in fact, have won the last 5 against the number in this head-to-head series. So anything change here in your mind, Rob? Anything different going to happen here? Road team, you like the Bulls in this one covering?
You know, they play hard, Joe. If nothing else, they give you 48 minutes. That's a team that, is pretty good considering the fact that there's so many injured guys. I mean, today you're talking about I know Chris Dunn is probable, but you're talking about a banged-up Chris Dunn who's played small forward for about a month now, a guard playing small forward. So their list of injuries is insane. I've talked a little bit about the center position. When you lose the top 2 centers and then you have to go to Luke Cornett at center, which they've had to do for about the last 4 games, that's difficult enough. Zach LaVine can carry this team, but I don't trust, here's my dilemma in this game, because I came at it from a totals perspective. I like to play Brooklyn over. Now that Kyrie's back, I've stated that a few times here, and the over has pushed up, but I just don't trust Chicago's ability to shoot. Beyond Zach LaVine, there's not a lot of consistent shooters on this team, and you can see by the variance of their score totals over the last 10 games, they could be either real hot or real cold. I think Brooklyn's probably the right side. Trusting them to cover this type of number, may be a different story. They did it the other night against Detroit. Perhaps they can do it here against Chicago. I just think Chicago puts up a little more of a fight than the Detroit Pistons do.
I've never seen anything like this. You look at the damn injury report for the Bulls, and it looks like a 4-year report. Only it's this year, and it's like, are these guys even still on a team? I don't even know anymore. It's unbelievable. And Markkanen, Porter, Dunn, LaVine. Okay, Dunn I guess is probable. Talk to me. Gafford is doubtful. It's like, holy crap. Talk to me here, Tony Finn. Where are you looking at in this? And Kyrie, by the way, is active, so he'll get his 48 shots tonight.
I told you yesterday now I understand. I think it was either Joe or someone mentioned that Chicago always has an injury list like this. Well, until they don't have an injury list like this, and unless I can get firm confirmation that the guys I want playing or not, or want them on the bench until I'm confirmed, and my intel's guys say ready, set, go. I'm not going to touch, or at least I'm not going to waste time looking at this game. I'm not going to until that injury report's better.
Okay, thanks for adding.
Just me.
Let's go, Skeet. Talk to me here, brother. Is there an edge to be had here? Where are we looking? The under maybe in this game? Do you trust either to hit enough points to get it going?
Well, I do agree with Tony. I don't like that injury list for Chicago. They have been good as a road dog, but I still don't trust. I just don't trust Chicago pretty much, and I'm not super excited to lay with Brooklyn. But if I'm playing in this one, I will be laying, and I probably would look more towards the total. Both teams have been playing towards the over. Brooklyn wants to play a little bit faster pace. I expect more offense, less defense when Kyrie plays, and I would just go with that over. So it's not a game I feel extremely strong about, but over or Brooklyn.
Over or Brooklyn is the call. So we'll move on. Next game here tonight, guys. The hell no Houston Rockets on the list at home, taking on the Dallas Mavericks, who unfortunately looks like will not have Doncic, ankle slippage there during practice, so he's out. And good news, Tim Hardaway Jr. looks like he's on his way back. He's listed as probable. Harden is active tonight. Clint Capella is out. That is the only injuries we can tell from Houston. So, Ski, I'll start with you, man, in this game. We know Houston, hell no, at home, and this number keeps creeping up, doesn't it? 8.5. I'm seeing 9, 8.5. The total, 236.5. I'm seeing 236. So not much has changed. Pretty status quo from the open. What do you think?
Yeah, and it got all the way up. I think some places, I think I saw 10 earlier this morning. So it went all the way up once the news broke, and it's come down some. And I agree with the movement back down. As you said, as a couple of us have said, Houston is on the hell no list. Well, for me at least. And Dallas, you think about they're not going to have Luka, and how they've done without Luka when they're playing good teams. Win percentage greater than 55%, and the line is greater than 3. They're 5-0 against the spread. They're 4-1 straight up. So they have some people who can play. We like Brunson. Brunson's a good point guard. They have Curry. And Hardaway Jr. was upgraded from questionable to probable.
Yes.
So I definitely like that. I like Dallas in this one. And the total, I probably would lean towards less points just because they don't have Luka. I think they'll stay under the number.
I love that, as a matter of fact. Talk to me here, Rob. What do you think in this game? Listen, no Luka. Okay. We know what's happened in the past without Luka. The good news is Porzingis is not hurt, amazingly enough. Hardaway Jr. should help a little bit there coming back. What do you think about this game, Dallas on the road?
Yeah, it's interesting, Joe, because during that stretch where they didn't have Luka and they covered those point spreads as an underdog, at that point in time they had Dwight Powell. So now you're talking about 2 pieces from that starting unit being missing, and Jalen Brunson did run the show in those games. I think, where the Dallas Mavericks are concerned, I think everybody knows Rick Carlisle, despite the fact that Dallas has taken a complete 360 this year and become so offensive, Rick Carlisle still basically runs that show from the sidelines where point guard is concerned. Doncic, a guy who can take things into his own hands without really looking over at the head coach. I think Jalen Brunson, more of a point guard that's going to look for instructions, slow it down a little bit. I think Dallas could be out of rhythm here. I really do. I mean, you're adding Willie Cauley-Stein, who didn't look real familiar with. That's a tough system to learn, guys, with Carlisle. It's rigid, and Cauley-Stein looked out of place a little bit the other night. Might take him a week to get going here. The Rockets, the total's crazy because you'd want to look towards over since the Rockets shot so lousy the other night against Portland, and they still hit 237 for a total. However, nobody on Dallas is Damian Lillard. Nobody on Dallas is C.J. McCollum at this point in time. So I probably would ski. I might look under in this game. I think that's probably the right way to go.
All right, Tony Finn, talk to us here. Where are you leaning in this game?
I looked at this game a little bit, not for very long. And
no, go ahead. Sorry.
I got lots of things to do, lots of shows to do. I got to please you.
Squirrel.
Go ahead. Please you.
No, I got you. ADD. Go ahead.
23 hours, Joe.
23 hours.
I guess that you guys.
No.
Hurry up.
I know you talk to your fake friends and everything else. So go ahead. No, I'm here. Good. Okay. Tony, go ahead.
And I was surprised that this total had stayed. It had basically held serve. I thought that this total, with Houston, with Dallas, should have. Is that what we're talking about, right? I want to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought this total should have been about 30. It should have been 4 points less than it is. And if I was going to play this, I would be on the under. But I'm not.
I think we're getting under here. I think we're undering it as a consensus.
How about you?
Under.
How about you?
Under. I can't, Houston's on the hell no list for a reason. So to me, it's Dallas or nothing at this particular point. And if you want to give me 9,
you're not going to have any teams to bet on.
If you want to give me 9 points, I'll take the 9 points. I'll take Dallas. Screw you. Screw you, Houston.
Bet.
Just saying, betting it.
And up, boy, Tony.
And that number's going to keep going down too. By the way.
Sawbuck.
What are you going? How many are you giving me?
Give me 9.
You give me 9? I'm getting 9. What the hell is that? I need you to get 9.
You asked for 9.
All right, I'll take 9. I'll take 9. It'll be just like Phoenix when you just arbitrarily gave everyone points. Phoenix the other night. So congratulations.
I feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for you.
It's a bet. You're in. Done. Give me Dallas into 9 points. Wax your ass here on Monday. All right, talk to us here, guys. Next game up, big game, Memphis. New Orleans tonight opens up at a pretty big number, guys, 242.5. It's holding strong, but it's really the New Orleans Pelicans. Boy, oh boy, they're getting some love. 4.5 it opens up, guys. I'm looking at 8s across the board here, so definitely some people excited to back, shall we say, the home team here in New Orleans. Ski, are you that excited to back them at this number now?
I just have to click open my thing. Did you say it went up to 8?
I've got 8 right now, yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know Memphis doesn't have JJJ. They don't have. I think Brandon Clark got downgraded this morning.
Clark is doubtful.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it's really tough to look Memphis' way. I mean, both teams have kind of been playing well, both bet on. If they were healthy and had both of those guys, I would be looking more towards Memphis. But without them, I would only look towards New Orleans. And usually, I don't want to play this matchup over, but I think you're missing a little bit of those points from Memphis, and it could possibly stay under.
Gonna go. All right, interesting. I like that. Well, it ain't moving anywhere. 242.5. Rob Vino, talk to me, man. Where are you leaning in this game?
Yeah, boy, I mean, that matchup tonight just got a whole lot better for Zion Williamson. That's their two power forwards right out of this game now. Jaren Jackson Jr. is your starter. He's out. Brandon Clark off the bench has been fantastic at that position. He's out. You're going to come down to a trio of Solomon Hill, Kyle Anderson. The last time we saw Kyle Anderson, he was wearing a UCLA uniform. And Jay Crowder, who, you know, is not going to back down from anybody, but Zion has a distinct advantage on all three of those guys. So player prop totals in a nationally televised Friday night game, you know how I feel about Friday night home teams or Friday night games in general. I think they're more of a show. I think Zion prop totals could be worth it here. But, you know, I don't want to seem like I don't necessarily want to just go and cling on to this line movement that's gone so high now, but I don't see how New Orleans doesn't win this game in decisive fashion. I really don't. I think they're at least equal to or better at most positions and at that power forward position. If Zion gets 25 minutes, guys, he's going to put up some huge numbers. So give me New Orleans here and just check the Zion props. I think they'll be worth it tonight.
Talk to us, Tony. Where you leaning here, man? Morant, Williamson, who you going with?
I'm not going with anybody in this game, but I would like to caution at least the only book that opened at 4.5 was Bookmaker, and it was quickly adjusted to a 6. Most places opened at 6 here. So you're looking at and Penny, for instance, is 7.5. They've gone a 1.5, and it took them all day to get there. So I don't know that while Joe, while Rob make perfect sense with the matchup issues with Memphis missing some of their muscle in the paint. I'm still right now a wait and watch with Zion, and I didn't have quite the faith in this team that you guys did through the first through last month. So I'll watch again.
So you're going to hold off there and just straddle the fence and pull a Dr. Chuck. That's good stuff. Way to it's better than advising clients wrong. Wait and see is that's a great for a NBA show about
what do you mean?
You just hold on to your opinion. Don't tell anybody. I don't want you to sit there and overload people. So you just kind of hang out on the fence there. We'll move on to the next game. How about Oklahoma City, guys? One of the hot games. Let's face it, OKC extremely profitable, taking on the hell no Phoenix Suns here. Ski. It is it's almost a pick 'em. Opened up at 1 for OKC. It has since moved to Phoenix at this point. It's a pick 'em, really. 222.5 is what we're looking at for a total. The hell no Phoenix Suns. Are you still maintaining that here, Ski?
Yeah, I know Rob kind of asked if that was still a thing. I know they got a good win versus the Mavericks, but I even said that was a spot for the Suns. I don't like the Suns ever, so I'm still not sold on them. And OKC, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, Joe. Ain't that the motto?
Brother. Amen. Yep.
So I'm riding with OKC.
You're going to go OKC tonight? Yeah. I mean, let's face it. They opened up, and now it's moved away from them, Rob. So what are you going to do? You're going to go against OKC at this point?
Boy, it's hard, Joe. You're talking about a team that's 19-5 against the spread on the road, and that's not only an NBA best. That's a by far NBA best. Phoenix, a better team on the road than they have been at home, and they're coming home off of a fairly extensive East Coast road trip, right? Or road trip in general. Memphis, 3 straight road games, and now back home through the Southwest. I think Oklahoma City, when you go through their field goal percentages, the way they've shot the basketball this year, and especially this month, is such a surprise because prior to the season, when you looked at that lineup, you just didn't see that type of field goal percentage from these guys. But we talked about it a month ago, how cohesive the guards are as a unit. Adding Gallinari to the mix is great. Having Steven Adams back is great. The only piece missing is Terrence Ferguson. They have a huge advantage here on the boards. And I just, like I say, 19-5 is tough to buck. I wouldn't play Phoenix for sure. I would probably look at OKC and perhaps the over. Phoenix has been playing a little more rapid recently, and their games have gone over. So I think maybe a play on the over is worthwhile as well.
Suns 0-6 against the number in their last 6 at home, 1-3-1 against the number in their last 5 when they've had a couple of days of rest. I would expect, though, Devin Booker to be just pissed off enough about the All-Star snub there to back him on just about every prop known to mankind here tonight. I would not surprise me that he goes off in this spot. But, Tony, where are you leaning here, my man?
Should I lean some more?
Or you can just, straddle the fence if it's, wedged between your ass in the right spot. Absolutely. You can go. You can stay
Sometimes.
there as
It
well.
depends on what kind of mood I'm in, but that does
not a problem.
pretty
Not
good.
a problem. You want to shift one way or the other. Go ahead.
This is probably my best bet of the day, and it'll be an over the 220.
Wait. Did you say bet? So you actually have something on this game? Okay, good. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
go.
See,
Oh,
now you got.
now
Nice to
I'm
see.
listening.
You know what? The desk is starting to raise. You're getting hard on.
He's getting them sawbucks ready right now. I can hear it already. So go ahead. He's counting them.
Well, then you know where I'm at. You know where I live. I live right next to the post office.
I don't know your play yet, though, man. Where you going?
I just said over 3 fucking times.
I did. Yeah, nobody can because you're mumbling all the time. It's it's like so you're going over in this game tonight. What is the number? Let's get an exact figure.
222.
How much? 222 and a half.
Make it 223 if you want.
223. All right, anybody, guys? What do you think? Over or under in this game?
No, I back Tony firmly on that play. I'm with him.
All right.
Yeah, I would agree that it would probably be more points than not. And as you said, Devin Booker could be pissed and go off for 50, but they'll still lose.
Yeah, they're still gonna. I'm with you there. They're still gonna lose. All right, Finn, you got yourself your best play out there. It is there. We are going over. That seems to be a monster agreement here on the panel here today. So we'll see if we can get one more, which of course, Denver Nuggets and Milwaukee Bucks. Denver going ahead and at home last night, taking care of business against Utah. Now they're anticipated of going up against Milwaukee, and it does look like the Greek Freak back in the lineup here tonight, if I'm not mistaken, guys. Looks like he's Gary Harris is questionable. He was personal reasons last night. He sat out last minute, but Harris is back in the lineup for Denver there, Rob. Talk to us here. George Hill's still out, by the way, for the Bucks. Is it just too much too soon here for Denver to anticipate to keep this close enough? With what is the number now? 12? It just keeps going up here. It's 12 and a half I'm seeing.
Yeah, and for Denver as the underdog here, a number to look at is the fact that they've won 6 straight in back-to-back affairs. Now, the second thing to look at is that the lineup they're going to put on the floor isn't exactly the lineup that won those 6 games. So they come out of the altitude last night, guys, and we talked about it. It was the first time Denver and Utah had played this season, and it was a matchup for first place in the division, and somehow, some way, as depleted as they were, they came back. And that huge third quarter, they win that game. I think there's way too much energy taken out of this team from last night's game. We've seen Milwaukee able to blow teams out on many occasions. They don't even have to hit the accelerator that hard, but they can go from 0 to 60 just like that. And 151 without Giannis the other night, right, against Washington. I know Denver's not Washington, but you can expect the offense to be there. I think Denver's going to be fatigued. Don't like the number, though. I mean, 12 and a half is such a huge number. But if I had to, guys, I cannot play the Denver Nuggets. I would probably lean to Milwaukee, and I would probably lean a little bit towards under.
Oh, come on, Tony. Where are you going with this one? Can we do we have another hot play here on it? It just seems like it's going to be to 15 before we know it, isn't it?
Well, if it goes to 15, I still might be on it.
That's why it ain't going to scare you off it.
No, listen. I've already forgot about last night. Unlike you guys who get on these, let's kick every player in the balls because they decided to take the night off last night. It's a new day, a new game, and it's not a good situation for the Nuggets. It is not a good situation for the Nuggets, and Milwaukee will attack the paint tonight ruthlessly, endlessly, relentlessly, and they win by 25 or more. I like Milwaukee.
Oh man, geez, Ski, what are you thinking here, man? Is there maybe a first half play in this Milwaukee first half kind of thing? I don't know. What do you think? You gonna lay it all? You gonna full boat it?
I would agree. I mean, Denver is the type of team that kind of starts slow anyway, and I would expect Milwaukee to roll in this game from start to finish. So Milwaukee first half full game, I'm on board.
Yeah, you know what it is too. It's the not good on the road. God, what are they? 3-7-2 Denver in the last 12 on the road against the better team here. Also, by the way, 2-7 if I'm not mistaken here, Ski, and the last 9 with no days rest. That being Denver, they haven't really adjusted well. They don't have a lot of depth. That's the problem. So it's got to be. It's got to be Milwaukee or bust in this one. But I don't know, guys. The game of the night here. A lot of eyes are going to be on 10:30 tonight. Trailblazers, Lakers. This too is a huge number, continuing to grow. 13.5, 13. Now we watched the Clippers last night. Kind of a similar situation here. Expected by double digits to blow Sacramento out, and did not work out that way at all. So, Ski, I'm going to ask you here. Lakers back first time in over a week. So, talk to me. What do you think in this game?
Well, first I'm going to correct you, Joe. Yesterday was not the same situation. Lakers are not the Clippers.
Oh, I was waiting for it. Go ahead. Definitely not the Clippers. Exactly.
I can't let it go, but Lakers got to show up. I mean, and the NBA wants them to show up. I mean, they want them to win. Everybody wants them to win tonight, but if you expect any effort from the Lakers tonight, expect it early. I'm not going to just wait on the whole game. They could win the game by 30, but, I mean, if you're a first quarter type player, I probably like the Lakers first quarter, but I like them first half the best. I'm not going to even name any stats. You know why I like them. They're going to go ahead and do it for number 8, number 24, number 2.
Does look like, and I'm just looking here, is Carmelo's out, personal reasons here for Portland there, Tony. Is it just Lakers or nothing here?
Well, I don't necessarily think it's Lakers or nothing. I actually, Ski makes a point. He didn't get to my point, but he made some of my point, is I like the over. I believe Portland's going to run on every possible occasion. They know the same thing Ski knows. They know the same thing that the nation knows, and that is it's a tough spot for the Lakers, even though they're home. And you can spew all you want about them. One for the Gipper, one for Kobe. This is a team that is not going to have a lot of energy. I think this is a game where you take the points in this game in Portland and you play the over. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, Rob, it's got to be points, right? I mean, it's certainly if Portland's going to is going to keep this game close, they're going to it just seems like I forget about the side. Give me the over in this one.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, 7 of the last 8 that Portland's played, they've scored 112 or better. If they give you 112 tonight, and if Ski's correct that it's Lakers or nothing, then they're going to get more than 118, and this game's going flying over the total. Let's not forget here that on the side of Portland, and the reason why I like the under, Damian Lillard has been so red hot. But Damian Lillard, another one of those very emotional guys when it comes to what happened to Kobe. And it's going to be his. I know the Lakers are home in the Staples Center, but let's not forget about the visitors that are in the Staples Center. Trevor Ariza was as close to Kobe as anybody. Trevor Ariza in the Staples Center tonight.
Yep.
So I think that there's a reason for the other side to have a couple guys play very hard and show out too. So I'm full agreement. Over 230 just seems like a low number the way Portland's been playing lately. That pace that they play at, I don't know how long they hold the basketball for before they shoot right now. There's been a few times where Damian Lillard crosses half court and lets it fly, and he's seen nothing but net. He's in one of those zones. Give me over 230 in this game. I think that's the top play.
10 consecutive games, guys. He's delivered 61, 47, 50, and 36 in the last 4 games alone. Like he's on fire, man. He's untouchable.
A question for Rob and Tony. Yeah. Do you guys think LeBron gives effort tonight?
Well, I think he gives as much as he can.
Right.
But I also believe that this 99-year-old basketball player that has no knees left is going to start feeling the effects that he doesn't give him effort every night. He decides when he's going to play 100%, and he decides when he's not. And he doesn't ask Vogel. He just does it. And there's, at least for me, if my brother died, I'm going to have a problem going hard for 48 minutes.
Yep.
Doesn't mean.
Yeah.
Just to counter that real quick, Joe, if this game was played the next day, the day that they canceled, I might even agree with that. Right. But these guys have had 3-4 days to get fired up for this game. If you don't see LeBron go crazy tonight on the offensive end, I would be extremely surprised if that didn't happen. They've had enough time. The team gave him that time, and I think he'll be there tonight for sure.
Yeah, I think Anthony Davis's ass is feeling better too. He's no glute problem. I'm not even seeing any sort of ass issue here. So he's going to go up between the both of them. It's going to be, it could get ugly. But again, Lillard, those numbers, guys, are just.
Tremendous.
In the prop market, guys, take a look. I mean, it's 10 consecutive games now. He has led them in scoring, but the last 4, 61, 47, 50, 36, guys, it's like he really is on a mission, not to mention he over 5-1 in the Trailblazers' last 6 overall, and then 6-0 in their last 6 against teams over 500. So this is Portland. I would not discount Portland's shall we say, adrenaline in this matchup either in the Staples Center, the home of Kobe. This could be 270 points here, Ski, when it's all said and done.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to be the one who says I disagree. Even if Portland covers, I mean, we think the Lakers are going to give effort, right?
Yep.
I mean, the Lakers are known to be a defensive team, not offensive first, defensive. So if they're going to give effort, they're going to put that on the defensive end.
I'm going to call my wife. I'm going to say, honey, I have this enormous amount of energy because it's been 5 days since Kobe passed, and I think we need to do one for the Kobe. I'm in.
Yeah, you in? I don't even know
I'm saying I can't. I just don't buy. I'm going to watch this game now, and I'm going to think of Ski. I'm going to think Ski. I'm going to text. I'm going to text you.
Hella drunk with all my homies watching the game.
And you're going to be exactly enjoying every damn
Friday night
basket
home
of it.
crowd.
That's right. Every damn basket of it is going to be enjoyed here tonight. So it's a limited card, guys, but I got to tell you, it's storylines across the board here on this card, especially with Memphis and New Orleans, OKC at Phoenix, Denver, Milwaukee, and Portland. L.A. It should be interesting night. So let's go best bets around the horn here. Talk to us, Rob. Where are you going with your circle and play here?
Yeah, let me back us up a couple of games to the Phoenix home game against Oklahoma City, and that number 222.5 just seems way too low. When you look at Oklahoma City, and again, I talked about their field goal percentages. You just don't expect them to be as good offensively as they are. 17 of their last 19 games, they've scored 112 or more. Nobody's stopping these guys from scoring. Phoenix is a poor defensive team that's playing really good offense at this point in time. So, to me, 222.5. A little bit small. I'll play it up and over.
Going up and over. All right, there you go. Tony Finn, talk to us. Where you going, man?
That was my. I already gave that play. That was my play of the play of the day, and I know that.
So Rob stole your play of the day. Is that what we got?
No, just agree, Tony.
I agree.
We had the same play last night. I went first, you went second, but we won, so just agree and we'll win again.
I don't agree. I think Oklahoma City, they're 33-16 to the over. I think they're not only that, I think they're against the spread or against the total. I think they're +5 on that, and I think they're a 3 in MOV. So I like the over. Yeah.
You're going to go the overage in this one. Overage? Okay, he's going overage over there. Ski, talk to us, brother. Where you going?
Man, well, I will say I want some kind of sawbuck today because I feel like me and Tony disagree on some of this stuff tonight.
I agree, man. I agree.
I think the Lakers.
Yeah, I'm not.
You give me 17 or 18. You can't be a hell of a lot more confident than anybody I know.
Hey, you know what?
He said it with a straight face, too. Just the way you give me 18, 9, 20. No, give me 22. I'm good. Yeah.
So I had to negotiate my phone back. I had to get the 5 triple cheeseburgers.
So for my best bet, I'm gonna give a dog, and I'm gonna rock with Joe. We rocking with Dallas. Yeah. I said they're good without Luka. Also, Dallas, their first game after they played at home on the road, 17-0 against the spread last 17.
Love it.
Take Dallas. Sawbuck, Tony. Nope. I'll take the Lakers. I'll take the Lakers, or I'll take Lakers under.
Wow, Lakers under and the Lakers. All right, so what do you think, T?
Yeah, okay. Is that a parlay? I mean,
No, one or the other.
Oh, one or the other. I kind of like the parlay.
Trying to suck him into a parlay show.
5 triple cheeseburger. That steals my phone, and then I put a little message. There's a reward. Just bring my effing phone back. What's the reward? What do you want? 5 triple cheeseburgers from Big Bob's. So that's done. Okay, I'll take the bet. It's on.
Which one?
What? Which one?
I want the points.
You high motherfucker. Which one?
I ain't high yet, but I show an hour with you, and I got to get high.
Oh, God almighty. Are you taking the
He's
over?
taking the points.
You're taking the points. Oh, you're taking the points. Holy Christ. That is just 5 minutes I will never get back. I'm still trying to figure out what I can't. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. All right, we're losing Tony. He's fading fast here. So let's go shits and giggles here, guys. We are going. We got to go with the two that we love here, and it looks like two dogs here. So we're gonna go Dallas, OKC, man. Give me Dallas. Give me OKC tonight. And if you really want to be brave, throw in the Raptors to get the job done too on the road in Detroit. Boom. Love that. Shits and giggles time, guys. Give me OKC. Give me Dallas. Get it done. And, of course, it is a loaded weekend today, this weekend, guys. Monster card tomorrow. You got the Super Bowl. You got a little bit of everything, though. Plenty of time for you to head over to WagerTalk. Hop on with Ski and Company here all across the board. Also, make sure that you hop on with Rob and at sportsmemo.com. Plays available all weekend long, guys. You can get there. Get her done there, right, Tony? Get her done.
Yeah. I'm going to, honey.
I can't.
Got energy tonight, baby.
Got it. Oh, you got that. Yeah. Good night, Tony. Rob, you good there? Ski, enjoy the game here, brother, man. Those of you lunatics, degenerates in the chat room, thank you very much for making us a part of your Friday. As usual, best of luck with your plays. Make sure you come back and join us on Monday so we can once again try to decipher what the fuck it is Tony Finn is talking about. So you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy it, man. We'll talk to you on Monday. Best of luck. Do it for the lesbians.